What's good YouTube, it's the fourth Ken aka 4 and we're gonna jump straight into this haircut tutorial. So today I got my boy Jay in a chair and we're gonna be doing a 3.5 on top. He has waves, so we're gonna be giving him a wavelength haircut with a mid taper. Not a low taper, not a high taper, but a mid taper. So I have my Andis Masters with the 3 guard on there and the lever's fully open. As you can see, he has light spots in his hairline, so that is going to be an area of difficulty that we're going to have to fix / finesse. But it's not going to be an issue. I'm going to show you some techniques that I like to do on the hairline, which I like to call feathering, which is a very helpful technique. So once the hair is all knocked down to an even length, I usually like to go into a brush session for my client. What this does is it puts their mind at ease, and it also gets all those loose hairs. I'm sure my gentlemen can relate that are watching this video right now. When you get a haircut, you go home, you rub your waves after, it's all these loose hairs. It's uncomfortable, so I like to get them out. First step on our mid taper is our bald line. You can use any liners for this, or your no guard lever closed. I recommend using liners because it can get closer. Second step is to use your 4 guard, and what this is doing is this is clearing out bulk so that our shape up can be sharp. But you want to clear out bulk but also keep it dark so that the C-cups are still dark but that those curls aren't overlapping. So as you can see, his hair on his C-cup line is dark, but it's also laid down enough for me to shape it up right now if I wanted to. Second step, I went in with my lever open, no guard lever open, and right under that I dropped and closed. I opened my lever halfway and then I closed it. Next, I take my 1 guard and notice how I'm scooping out. I'm doing this because I'm really trying to play my part with the waves. I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries and really dig into the waves. You want to respect the waves. The waves are your friend. Respect them. Under that, I just close my lever. But yeah, like the waves, you don't want to dig into it. You want to dig into it with the 3 guard, even though I'm not even really digging into it, I'm scooping out. But you're more safer digging in with a larger guard than the 1. The 1 is a hard line to get out. Next, I grab my 2 guard and the lever is open, so that makes it a 2.5. And notice how I'm using my corners to my advantage. I close the lever, which now makes it a 2. And this guard is really what brings everything together. The 1.5 guard is one of my most favorite guards. It's amazing on tapers. I am taking the C-cup area down just a tad bit more. And I know you guys are going to be wondering, where's the 0 guard at this? I did forget to add that clip in there, but best believe that I did use it. That also is an important step, so don't forget that. Right now, I'm just cleaning up the bottom of the taper. As you can see, it's pretty much finished. And I'm just opening and closing my no guard lever open. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the back. The back, you do the same exact steps, and I'm gonna be back for the shape up. So if you take a look at his hairline, you can see that he has missing spots. Some of it is from curl overhang. Some of it is from over curling. So we're gonna taper his hairline. And what that is just bringing his hairline down to an even length to finesse the bald spots. So I have my number 4 guard and I was going against the grain. Now I have my 2 guard and now I'm going with the grain. With curls, it's tricky. Waves are laid down curls, but as you can see, his front hairline is very curly. The hair isn't laying down straight. So with this, you always want to add a liquid before you shape it up, just to really get it to at least manipulate it to lay down in some sort of direction. So I'm adding alcohol right now. And what alcohol is doing, it's prepping his skin while also wetting the hair. The main purpose is to clean the skin. Hairspray. This step is important because you're really prepping the hair. But what I do when I spray hairspray is I wipe it off, because hairspray can become gunky. It can become even more greasy than what you started with. So I like to wipe it off with a napkin and then continue to comb it so that the hair can lay back down in its natural state while also being held firm by the hairspray. Notice how I'm shaping them up. You saw that part that I just did, how the curl, like, it went in a different direction. That's because I should have took that area even lower. When it does that, it means you gotta go lower. Or keep combing it until you can cut it with the specific direction of the blade, which is what I did, but it still was an area that I was struggling with. Just notice how I position my client. He's facing towards me. Now this part, I do turn my body. And while I do the C-cups, you just want to always make sure that everything is symmetrical. Sometimes the C-cups don't match up. Fortunately, my clients, his C-cups do match up. But occasionally you're going to get those clients that literally hair does not grow on one side of their C-cup or on one side of their hairline. And that's when the client consultation is most important. Of course, every haircut, client consultation is important. And even during the haircut, you want to still consult with your client with certain steps, or if something reveals itself while you're cutting their hair, you always want to make them aware of it. But that's always important. That's what I like to keep in mind. So as you can see, I'm doing the C-cups. I'm not pushing it back. That's the important part. Don't push nothing back. Although every haircut, you do have to push it back to a necessary point. Don't push it back unnecessarily. So what I'm cutting right now, this is all overhang. This isn't really his hairline. It's right at the brink of it. It's all overhang. And we are going to be adding a tad bit of enhancements. Nothing too crazy, literally like a couple sprays. Just notice how I have my hand on his forehead at that quick camera shot that just passed. I do that to really measure, because I'm blocking his face out. A lot of times clients will look at you or they'll look down and their forehead will stretch in a direction you don't want it to. Doing that, it blocks out all that distraction. You can literally just isolate the hairline and look at it. As you can see, I'm spraying barely any enhancements, just a little bit, just to cover up those light spots a little bit more. Never overdo it with the enhancements. You should never be able to tell, oh, that haircut's super enhanced, or you shouldn't be able to tell. Right now, we're just freehand trimming it, and what this does, it gets those over curling parts. If you look closely, there's parts of his hair that the 3.5 did not catch. So this is just laying it down, cutting those loose hairs that are, over curling up still, even after I cut it down. So this is the before. As you can see, my guy was looking really rough. And this is the after. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn your notification bell on so you can be notified when I drop new videos or other content. Make sure you follow my Instagram @the4thken. And it's the 4th Ken, and I'm out. Peace.